With a grand jury voting to indict former President Trump while he runs for re-election, our broadcast exclusive with a Fox News producer who takes us inside the cable network, as it provided a platform for those who said the election was stolen from him. She's now suing Fox, which fired her last week. Cynthia McFadden reports on what she says she experienced at the network.
When veteran TV producer Abby Grossberg took a job with Maria Bartiromo at Fox News 4 years ago, she thought she was advancing her career.
We were known as a dynamic duo at Fox, and our ratings were skyrocketing.
Now she's suing Fox, claiming she was harassed and retaliated against.
On the first page of your lawsuit, you say, Fox News fosters a toxic workplace where truth remains a fugitive while female workers are verbally violated on almost a daily basis by a poisonous and entrenched patriarchy. Those are strong words.
I stand by them.
After being denied a promotion, she moved to the Tucker Carlson show.
Women were objectified. It was a game. It was a sport. Female politicians who came on the show were mocked. There were debates about who they'd rather sleep with. C-word all the time.
But that's not the only reason she's suing. She says Fox lawyers have tried to turn her and Bartiromo into sacrificial female lambs to protect high-ranking men at the network from Dominion Voting System's $1.6 billion lawsuit. Dominion alleges Fox knew or should have known it was airing false claims about Dominion rigging the 2020 election.
There has been a massive and coordinated effort to steal this election.
Those claims were made on 5 Fox shows by President Trump's lawyers Rudy Giuliani and Sidney Powell, including Bartiromo's. Grossberg says she and Bartiromo believe they were just doing what the network wanted.
What were you told about fact-checking Sidney Powell and Rudy Giuliani?
There will be no fact-checking. I received a text message from my boss saying, you can let Maria know there will be no fact-checking today. She can do what she wants. Go wild.
There are producers who would say, I would walk out the door. I wouldn't put something on the air that I couldn't stand up factually.
I wish that I had the power to do that. I wanted to keep my job.
She says Fox's lawyers told her she didn't need her own attorney, but she began to wonder as they prepared her for her Dominion deposition.
Did the Fox lawyers attempt to intimidate you, harass you, push you to say things that were not true?
Oh, 100% they did, yeah. And I realized that the answers that they wanted me to say were putting me in a very vulnerable position to be the company's scapegoat. It's really, really terrifying to think that you could be the fall guy in perhaps the biggest media case our country's ever had.
You were widely criticized.
Yeah.
How'd that feel? I mean, people said you were a lousy journalist because, among other things, you had said in reply to a question that you did not believe that it was your responsibility to fact-check whether or not what someone was going to say on the broadcast was telling the truth.
It felt awful. I was bullied, intimidated, and coerced into saying that just to keep my job and stay at the company. And the question a lot of people would have is, why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
Because I made the decision to keep my job.
Grossberg says all of it has taken a toll on her health.
I reached a breaking point where the harassment was so bad that I called a crisis line.
I want to make sure I understand what you're saying. Did you literally think of taking your life?
I thought I could just walk in front of a car and I wouldn't have to go to work tomorrow. Saying that out loud in an interview where people are going to see it, it's hard.
Fox News says it hired outside counsel to investigate Grossberg's claims. And they say the assertion that Ms. Grossberg was coached or intimidated into being dishonest during her Dominion deposition is patently false, adding her legal claims are riddled with false allegations.
They're a big corporate machine that destroys people. I sat in those meetings. I heard them laugh about tearing apart politicians. And now I know that in those meetings, they're talking about me.
Cynthia McFadden, NBC News, New York.
And still ahead tonight, when her book